Good evening. Welcome everyone to the channel. I'm TeaManDan, and today we're watching Shadow of a Doubt, Alfred Hitchcock's Shadow of a Doubt. Obviously, there will be spoilers for Shadow of a Doubt in this reaction. If you want to jump straight to the reaction, go to timestamp 3:53. If you want to see my full reaction, check out the link to my Patreon in the description below. Quick update about my posting schedule. I've been posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I think I'm gonna go to Monday and Thursday. Every Monday and Thursday is going forward. It's been pretty hectic here lately, so going to 2 videos a week instead of 3 will really help me manage that a bit better. As always, follow along with my heart rate in the bottom right corner. So, what do I know about this movie? I know it was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. That's it. Based on the title, Shadow of a Doubt, I'm guessing it's gonna be something about a court. Like a courtroom drama, perhaps? I have no idea. Knowing Alfred Hitchcock, there's gonna be some suspense elements. So maybe a suspenseful, horror-filled courtroom drama? I have no idea. Yeah, so this will be interesting. Keep in mind, I like to have fun with my movies, so wherever this reaction leads me is where I'm gonna go. No apologies for any corny jokes I may tell along the way. Now it's time for our special segment, Will T appear? The segment where I guess whether or not I think T is going to make an appearance in this movie. Shadow of a Doubt. I feel like T more often than not has appeared in Alfred Hitchcock movies, that I've seen at least, in some form or another. And being what I guess is a courtroom drama, there may be a scene where someone is entertaining someone else, like trying to be accommodating, like as a host, and they may bring tea out. So I'm going to say that yes, tea is going to appear. We'll see if I'm right. Speaking of tea of the day today is, what the crap is it? Tea of the day today is Throat Comfort from Yogi. I've never had this before. What? Oh, that's so weird. What the crap is in this? Licorice root. Yeah, I do taste some licorice root. Kind of has like a root beer flavor a little bit. That's probably the licorice root. Slippery elm bark. What? Used in Western herbalism to help relieve minor throat irritation. Interesting. Wild cherry bark helps soothe and add sweet flavor along with orange peel. Huh. That's really interesting. That's so weird. It's like, it's got a very strange initial taste, and then the aftertaste that lingers kind of turns sweet and mellow. Like it mellows out and just stays sweet. It's really interesting. Huh. Okay then. All right, let's get this thing watched. Okay, headphones. Power on. Watch a movie. Universal. What a fancy Universal logo. This one's nifty. Scribble Productions presents Teresa Wright and Joseph Cotton in Alfred Hitchcock's Shadow of a Doubt. Copyright completely. I don't think I recognize any of these names. Interesting. Screenplay by Thornton Wilder. I do recognize that name. The Wilder of the Thornton siblings. Johnny B. Goodman? Oh, that tea is so weird. What the heck? I'm not really a fan of licorice. I don't know. Directed by Alfred Hitchcock. We've got a bridge. Nice. Car! Guys, car! Game on! Anyone do that as a kid? Money. More specifically, prop money. A lot of money.
2 men asking for you. They were sorry you wasn't in.
Did they say they'd be back?
They didn't say. Why, Mr. Spencer, you ought to leave all that money lying around like that.
Leave it. Don't touch the money. Now she got her fingerprints on it.
They aren't exactly friends of mine. They've never seen me. That's odd, isn't it? Now that I'm here, I'll have to meet them. I may even go out and meet them. Now again, I may not.
I may just meet them right here.
I'll pull down the blind.
Oh yes, the blind. I gotta say, I've got blackout curtains in my bedroom. It's super useful because my sleep schedule is all over the place. I sleep during the day sometimes, during the night sometimes. Having blackout curtains is so nice. What the heck? So does he have anger issues? Or did he see like a spider?
What do you know? You're bluffing. You've nothing on me.
You know who else ain't got nothing on him? King Kong. Why such dramatic music already? What on earth? They're the two men, presumably, but they don't know what he looks like, so he's going over there. Okay. Hey, I think this might be him. Nope. What? Yeah, let's follow him. You think that was him? Well, he didn't come to greet us. Of course, we did tell her to not tell him that we were here. Oh boy, they're following him. Is he leading them somewhere? Or trying to get away from them, even though he walked right past them? They seem to be in... Oh, okay, I was gonna say cold pursuit, but now they're in hot pursuit. Jeez Louise. I didn't see him, did you? No. Well, where could he have gone? How'd he get up there so quickly? I don't know, beats me, boss. That's a fancy rotary phone. Yes, I love those old style of phones, like the before rotary. I mean, I guess it's a type of rotary.
I want to send a telegram to Mrs. Joseph Newton. Here's the message. Ready? Lonesome for you all. Stop. I'm coming out to stay with you a while. Stop. Will arrive Thursday and try and stop me. Will wire exact time later.
Wait, and try and? Me will wire? What? I don't understand. Maybe reword your message if it's a telegram and you're using the word stop instead of having punctuation to save a little money. I just don't know about this tea. Oh my gosh. Oh, but if it helps the throat, hey. This is not the first character that we've been introduced to while they were laying in bed.
Anne, answer the telephone.
Ann, sir, the telephone.
Newton's residence. Anne Newton speaking. Oh, hello, Mrs. Henderson.
She didn't have time. This is Ann Newton speaking. Hello, Mrs. Henderson.
Because I have so much to keep on my mind.
What?
Innumerable things.
Innumerable things? What? Was the line innumerable things, maybe? I have no idea. Is innumerable a word? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm the dum-dum. Wait! Is that the guy that played Clarence in It's a Wonderful Life? I think it is! Nice. I do recognize him. It's not the name, I guess.
Well, don't read too much. It'll ruin your eyes.
What?
Just been thinking for hours. I come to the conclusion that I give up. I simply give up.
What?
What are you going to give up?
Smoking. Cocaine.
You know, she's really a wonderful woman. I mean, she's not just a mother. And I think we ought to do something for her. Don't you think we should?
Yeah.
After all, she's not just a mother.
Guess we'll just have to wait for a miracle or something.
I just happen to be in the business of miracles myself.
And you went downtown, that awful old hat you promised me you'd throw away.
Darling, what does it matter what hat I put on?
Why does it matter what hat I put on? Have you seen some hats?
I'm going to get myself a bottle of beer.
A bottle of beer.
Darling, who do you know to send a telegram to?
Myself.
Now, you're not going to ask him for money, are you?
Of course not. That wouldn't help us. What's his address?
Well, the last address...
Do you know how many steps I have to
I
take to get from here to the drugstore and back? 649.
No.
Okay.
Darling, you can't ask a busy man like that to come all this way for nothing.
He'll come for me. I'm named after him.
That's not how that works. I'm named after Warren Buffett. Therefore, he's gonna come and visit and bring lots of money for us. Everyone would be naming their kid Warren. Or Elon.
Mrs. Henderson? This is Emma Newton. Anne says you have a telegram for me.
You don't have to sit so close to the receiver. You just take a step back. It's okay. It'll hear you.
You don't have to shout. Really, Papa, you'd think Mama had never seen a phone. She makes no allowance for science. She thinks she has to cover the distance by sheer lung power.
I tend to ham it up when I'm on camera, and then I tend to miss dialogue. But who cares? It's my first watch. I'm having fun.
I'm going to send up my bill for us, but you can take it.
Thanks.
Guess they went with the in-camera audio with this shot.
Do you believe in telepathy?
Well, I ought to. That's my business.
Oh, not telegraphy, mental telepathy.
Asking a barista, do you believe in coffee? Not coffee, coughing.
How you feeling, Mr. Otis? Pretty well. A little weak, but pretty well on the whole.
What about off the hole?
Listen, I'm on my vacation.
Porter, my husband's a doctor, and if there's anything...
Oh my gosh.
You don't look very well either.
What? Who has Thomas brought us today? What a dumb joke. That's a pretty good James Brown impression. Yep, there it is. He's all better now. This T hits the parts of the tongue that usually aren't hit, like the back of the tongue and the sides and the back of the tongue.
Mama, nobody got off the train but Uncle Charlie. We were the only ones who met somebody. There's only one bed still made up.
Such useful information from the children.
Charlie thought you'd be more comfortable here.
This bed's mighty fine for laying down in. Why such sinister music?
Charlie, that's the prettiest dress I ever saw.
I thought I was gonna say, that's the prettiest name I've ever heard.
Say, I've never had a wristwatch.
I've never had a wristwatch.
Charles, you've had these all along.
These pictographs are just divine.
1888.
This is apparently a whistle.
Now for your present, Charlie.
Oh, I don't want anything. Right now, I have enough. Before you came, I didn't think I had anything, but now I don't want another thing.
She's crazy.
She must be like bipolar. Very wide mood swings. The highs are high and the lows are low. I don't know. Or it's just acting for the movie.
I'm glad that she named me after you and that she thinks we're both alike. I think we are, too. I know it. Oh, it would spoil things if you should give me anything.
Why would it spoil things?
Because we're not just an uncle and a niece. It's something else. I know you. I know that you don't tell people a lot of things. Inside you somewhere, there's something nobody knows about. Something secret and wonderful.
What the heck?
I'll find it out.
It's not good to find out too much, Charlie.
But we're sort of like twins, don't you see? We have to know.
Give me a hand, Charlie.
What on earth?
You didn't even look at it.
I don't have to look at it. No matter what you gave me, it'd be the same.
Is she in love with her Uncle Charlie?
Good emeralds are the most beautiful things in the world.
This is fake.
You've had something engraved on it. That's
I
different.
haven't, but I will if you like it.
Yes, you have, Uncle Charlie. It's very faint.
That's not very faint. That's very obvious.
Well, I've been rooked. The jeweler rooked me.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Really, it
Here,
does.
give it back. I'll have it taken off.
No, I like it this way.
Like crap, that's the piece to the mystery. I need it back. Like I must get that ring. It's the last thing I do before I leave town. Theremin.
It's a waltz, and it's Victor Herbert.
Victor Herbert wasn't a waltz. He was the...
It's the Blue Danube Waltz.
Oh,
Oh, yes, of course it is. No, it isn't, Uncle Charlie. I know what it is. It's the Mary...
Sorry,
Nothing to make a...
What is going on? Is he like making an alibi for himself by having memorable things happen? Murder. Crime.
This is Herb Hawkins.
Nice to know you, Mr. Hawkins.
Fine, thank you.
My daughter Sadie is very forward.
If I wanted to murder you tomorrow, do you think I'd waste my time on fancy hypodermics?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I was going to kill you, I wouldn't do a dumb thing like hitting you on the head. I'd murder you so it didn't look like murder.
Now, I'll say, that is quite the sale.
You ever see a house made out of newspapers? You fold it over here. Side. Fold over the other side here. Turn it that
What?
way. Now it...
What? Make 3 basic folds and you have a fancy house.
There.
He just wanted that piece of paper for some reason.
Guess it's all right if I fold it very neatly. Maybe you won't notice.
Why the Dutch angle?
Remember I said you couldn't hide anything from me because I'd find it out? Well, now I know there was something in the evening paper about you. You didn't want us to know and you wanted to tear the paper. There.
It's none of your business.
Uncle Charlie, you're hurting me.
Oh, Charlie.
Your hand.
Charlie, I didn't mean to hurt you.
She is...
It was nothing.
What the heck? She seems much more childish than her age would suggest. And what is this weird game she's playing? I'm gonna figure out all your deep dark secrets, ha ha ha, isn't that fun? No, that's not fun. People want to keep their secret secret. You can't understand that. You're gonna have a hard time in the real world. Miss Nosy.
Don't bless too many people, it's late.
God bless Mama, Papa, Captain Midnight, Veronica Lake, and the...
Captain Midnight. Smoke ring. That means he's smoking before. Smoking? Yeah, smoked before.
Oh, coffee, Emmy.
Coffee! Okay. Could have been tea, it's coffee.
And the women's club I belong to wants you to give them a little tour.
Oh, woman's club.
Who's ever heard of such a thing? What?
Oh, you haven't finished unpacking. I'll do that for you.
We just unpacked your bags of cocaine. What's all this money doing in here?
And he wants to interview everybody in this house.
Interview everybody?
That looks like toast, but rips like bread.
Well, if he's going to ask a lot of questions, he can leave me out of it.
Oh, but you could tell him so much more than any of us could. He's going to take our pictures, too.
Pictures?
Does no one understand that he wants privacy?
He just wants us to act the way we always do.
Emmy, women are fools. They'd fall for anything.
Wow. What the crap? You're an idiot, and I'm gonna make it about your gender.
You take your photograph and then we could have it for nothing.
No, thank you. I've never been photographed in my life, and I don't want to be.
Nowadays, literally everyone has been photographed. Many times. Except maybe some tribes that have, like, not been discovered. Or that guard themselves very violently against outsiders. Perhaps.
And Charlie, don't be late back, because the questionnaire men are coming at 4:00.
They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Run for it, Charlie.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
What's a little shortage in the books at the end of the month? Any good bank clerk can cover up a little shortage, isn't that right, Charlie?
Aye.
Look all right to an outsider, but no one knows what goes on when the doors are locked. Can't fool me, though.
He's making a scene, so he's got an alibi?
He doesn't care much for jokes about banks.
$40,000 is no joke. Not to him, I bet. It's a joke to me. The whole world's a joke to me.
Okay, this guy.
You shouldn't tease Papa like that.
I wasn't teasing him.
I wasn't teasing him. I think partly of his chosen occupation.
Well, I suppose you might call me a promoter. I've done a little bit of everything. You know as well as I do, there's plenty of money lying around waiting for somebody to pick it up.
Maybe in your bedroom, and it's all strewed over the floor.
Mrs. Potter.
Oh, there was something about you that made me think that...
Yes?
Oh, wow.
Shopping, and I only have $5, so I
There's
thought
one
I'd...
good thing in being a widow, isn't there? You don't have to ask your husband for money.
You are.
What? What a strange interaction. Do people act like that? Especially widows? So she's a widow. How long after her husband has died, has it been? She's still wearing a veil in public, but she's willing to smile and giggle about being single because this guy has shown interest? What? I can't imagine someone wearing a veil in public other than, on the way to and from the services. Unless I missed something.
You must be the man who want to interview us.
My name is Graham, Miss Newton.
How do you do?
Graham Miss Newton. What a weird name. My name's Charlie Newton. Charlie Newton and Graham Miss Newton.
Saunders can get busy, and I'd like to ask a few questions, if you don't mind.
Where were you on the night of October 17th, 1939? I was at the premiere of Wizard of Oz. Premiere? I don't know what day it came out.
Well, we'd like it if we could get all of you.
My uncle's opinions aren't average, and I'm afraid they wouldn't help you a bit. Besides, I think when someone asks for privacy, they should have it.
Yeah, right, lady. You've been digging in aggressively since he's gotten there.
Charlie, why don't you let the young men go ahead, so long as they're here?
Only I can pry for the secrets he doesn't want anyone to know.
How about a picture in the kitchen?
But I'm afraid the kitchen isn't quite the way I'd like it either.
It's got rats, you see.
Oh, you mean what does he do? Well, he's just in business. You know the way men are.
Oh, yes, business.
Mr. Saunders, if you really want a picture of me breaking an egg, you'll have to wait till I cream the butter and sugar.
Oh, my gosh.
Folding in the eggs has to be done just right.
Oh, my gosh, lady.
I'll bet you 50 cents that your uncle isn't in.
All you want to do is photograph my room, doesn't he, Mr. Saunders?
All right, I'll still bet he isn't. Let me knock and see.
Oh, no.
Yay.
Charlie, may we come in?
You're being so dumb.
You were right.
You owe me 50 cents.
Might as well let him work in peace.
My gosh, you're so dumb, lady.
I was in the dumps. And then Uncle Charlie came and everything changed.
But your mother said he only got here last night. Maybe you just think that...
I don't think, I know.
You shouldn't be oversharing.
Now for one of the hall.
They got their picture of him.
I don't like to be photographed. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you for the film.
Give it to him, Fred.
Is that actually the film? Or is it a trick?
Mr. Saunders took Uncle Charlie's picture by mistake, and Uncle Charlie made him give him back the roll.
By mistake, right. So oblivious.
I won't be making a cake again tomorrow. Now, I want to help with an important work, but I cannot go on making cakes.
Oh my gosh. They don't care.
I'd like to look around the town a little.
Anne?
Charlie.
Anne would be better. Anne knows everything about everybody.
I'd rather you go out with my 11-year-old rather than my 17-year-old. What? What a weird freaking oblivious lady.
He seems like a nice young man.
What on earth?
Hello, Charlie. Oh, hello, Catherine. Hello, Shirley.
Catherine, Shirley, Charlie.
Bill Forrest was asking about you. Bill Forrest? Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
What on earth?
You're not on a survey at all. You
Just
lied to us.
figured
You
it
lied to
out.
Mother. Why should I when you lied to me?
I had to. When I came here to this town to find a man, I hadn't counted on you. I hadn't counted on your mother or your family.
I hadn't counted on falling in love.
Charlie, think. How much do you know about your uncle?
He's my mother's brother.
Is it not her uncle? That's what they've been suggesting all this time.
Why don't they arrest that man in the East? Why don't you go away and leave us alone?
Shadow of a doubt.
It doesn't matter now.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? It's the only thing that does matter.
It's the only thing that does.
If your uncle's the man we want, we'll get him out of town quietly. We won't arrest him here.
Arrest him here in town with Mother?
I'm trying to tell you we won't.
We won't arrest him here. You'll arrest him here? Just said we won't.
Good night, Charlie.
It's going to be funny when you find out you're wrong.
Oh yeah, it'll be real funny. It'll be hilarious when you find out that all your work has been for nothing. You remember that secret I was saying I wanted to figure out? Well, now I'm not so sure that I want to.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Wasn't all right.
Put something in it?
Put a little soda. About the same amount that I'd have used if I'd wanted to use poison. For all you knew, you might just as well be dead now.
They're kind of funny. I can't tell if this tea is growing on me or not. It's so weird.
Charlotte, what are you doing?
Charlotte? So, his name is Charlotte as well? Because you see, she was named after him.
They have papers in the library, new ones and old ones.
What the heck?
Get back! Get back! Get back!
You just crossed the street in front of a car and nearly got hit. So go cross the street back and nearly get hit again. What? Then we cross with these 5 cars now. That seems like the more dangerous intersection. What? Free public library. Uh-oh, the lights are going off by the bell rings.
Oh, please.
Like they wouldn't be able to hear each other through the door. Oh yeah, this is it. Not this one, not this one. Let me go right to it now. Is that how he got all his money? Is that why he was flirting with that widow? Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm not reading this all out loud, by the way. Uh-huh. The clue, as I thought. Gonna solve the mystery. So did he do it or did he not do it? Leaning toward he did it at this moment, but shadow of a doubt remains.
Don't keep getting up every few minutes. You just sit there and be a real lady.
A real lady.
And I told you not to put things behind your ears and don't...
Like glasses?
Mother, let her change with Roger if she wants to.
I asked Roger. He doesn't mind.
Just like his manners. Is that soup probably, or is that tea? Probably soup.
If he holds his lips close together, he can draw it carefully, same as a horse.
And don't be disgusting.
What? What on earth did they say?
When I saw you on the train, I felt terribly happy.
Why, Charlie, how could you feel happy seeing Uncle Charles on the train? Goodness knows I don't want to see him on the train. I hope he stays here forever.
Oh my gosh, this lady.
I like people who face facts.
And, well, we're not going to face any such facts as those.
The framing was weird with her half cut off while she was talking.
And you can help Charlie carry in the vegetables.
Vegetables.
This is sparkling burgundy.
Well, one sip, and I'll be calling it sparkling burgundy.
What on earth, lady? I don't think you even need one sip.
Husbands who've spent their lives making fortunes, working and working. And then they die and leave their money to their wives. Their silly wives.
Oh my gosh.
You see them in the hotels, the best hotels every day by the thousands.
How I Did It by Charles.
Proud of their jewelry, but of nothing else. Horrible. Faded, fat, greedy women.
But they're alive. They're human beings.
Are they?
The heck?
Well, I seem to be making my speech right here.
Well, for heaven's sake, don't talk about women like that in front of my club. You'll be tarred and feathered. The idea. And that nice Mrs. Potter's going to be there, too. She was asking me about you.
Ah!
Good evening, Mrs. Newton. Good evening, Mr. Oakley.
Good evening.
You didn't taste the poison in your chicken leg, did you?
You folks are getting pretty stylish, having dinner later every evening.
What the heck?
I picked some mushrooms before dinner, Joe.
You don't say.
Okay.
2 or 3 poisonous ones.
No. Innocent party might get the poisonous ones. I thought of something better when I was shaving. A bathtub. Pull the legs out from under you, hold you down.
Do you always have to talk about killing people?
They're Mystery writers.
It's your father's way of relaxing.
Can we have a little peace and quiet here without dragging in poisons all the time?
Charlie.
He totally did it, and he knows that she knows that he did it. Perhaps. Uh-oh.
I sure was surprised to see you come in. I never thought I'd see you here. What'll you have, Charlie?
Okay.
Nothing, thank you.
Bring her some ginger ale. I'll have a double brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Double brandy. Always with the brandy. Like medicine, you know. According to these old Hitchcock movies.
What did he tell you? What did that boy tell you?
That boy. The detective? It's the evidence, though.
Yes, sir, for a ring like that, I just about died.
You're just an ordinary little girl living in an ordinary little town. You go through your ordinary little day.
This guy's getting creepier and creepier.
You realize what it'll mean if they get me? The electric chair. Charlie, you've got to help me. I count on you. You said yourself we're no ordinary uncle and niece, no matter what I've done.
Yay. So this guy seems to be really good at manipulating people, specifically women, which is how he's gotten good at it, you know, doing what he does for the murders and stuff, presumably. This is interesting. This has certainly got some dynamics to it.
Mama won't care. She thinks girls ought to marry and settle down. In a book I
Just
read...
ask her, Anne. Don't be literary.
All right.
Don't be literary.
I want to talk to you about that photograph we took. One of your uncle?
You gave it back to him. He probably burned it.
Not that one, he hasn't. Gave him the wrong film.
Trick
yes,
film.
We got the picture all right. We're wired at East. They've got witnesses in the East could identify the man we want from that picture. Graham thought perhaps you could get your uncle to leave town now, or within a couple of hours. It would be better for...
I've got to, haven't I? I've got to. I'll make him leave. I'll make him.
Seem pretty sure he's the man we want. Why?
You're the ones who seem sure.
You know what he's done, don't you?
But why would they... What the heck?
You know anything more about your uncle than you've already told us? Let's have it. You also want to know when he leaves town and how he leaves town. You hold down on it.
I won't, I'll tell you.
She wants the Times to get him out of there if he's done it, and they're going to give her the time to get him out of there if he's done it, but they're trying to catch him if he's done it.
But you can't ask me to spy on him and come running to you.
What? No, yes, you can spy on him. If he's done it, then he deserves to be caught.
Fellers said they caught that other fella. The one they called the Merry Widow murderer.
You did they? Where?
State of Maine, Portland. Didn't catch him exactly. He was running away from the police, and they were just about to nab him at the airport, and he ran plump right into the propeller of an airplane.
Ooh, boy.
What?
I guess that closes that case pretty fine.
Sure does.
What?
Well, I think I'll go out and get ready for dinner. I'm hungry. I can eat a good dinner today.
Hey. He's got a spring in his step now, doesn't he? What? Yeah. She knows. There's the Dutch angle. What to do about Charlie.
Mother neglect. She's always losing things.
All mothers lose things. Someday she'll be losing you. Who'd want a detective for a son-in-law?
Them being in there just a bit creepy.
Anne wants to marry a librarian, so she'll always have plenty of books around to read.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, books.
I guess I like you whatever you do. Funny how you happen to meet someone and like them.
You're how old? And she's how old?
You know about marrying someone? A detective, I mean.
What?
I can't help it. I want to tell you now. I love you, Charlie. I love you terribly.
She talks about her schoolmates, so presumably she's still in school? He's a detective, so he's in a career, so he's out of school and in a career. What was the statute of limitations back then?
When I go away, will you go back to that square in the middle of the town and take a good look at it? Because that's where I first knew I loved you. I like my job, but I didn't like it that night.
I hated it that night.
I don't understand these relationships.
I'm going to put a bronze plaque right up there.
Uh-oh.
I can understand you coming back. Charlie's a fine girl. She's
What the
thing I love
heck?
most in the world.
What the freaking heck? Who grabs someone's face like that, especially in front of a detective? What? That guy is super freaking creepy. Hey. So, like, she's convinced he did it. What The step broke?
Oh, darling, you might have been killed.
Might have been killed. He's trying to kill her, yep. Meanwhile, the dad and his associate talk about ways to murder each other, while this guy is actually trying to murder without being caught.
I don't want you here, Uncle Charlie. I don't want you to touch my mother. So go away, I'm warning you. Go away or I'll kill you myself.
Ay. You've never killed someone, he presumably has, and you're threatening to kill him. Oh my gosh. Hey, this guy.
Charlie, you run out to the garage and get the car.
Oh, I'd much rather drive the family.
Charlie, I want you to hear my speech on the way.
Don't go in. Why would you go in? It's dumb. You know that he's trying to kill you, and yet you will enter what you know is,
There's a bottle of whiskey on my bureau. Get it, quick.
Of course, alcohol is medicine. What the heck, Alfred Hitchcock? Every freaking movie.
What are you trying to say, Charlie?
Go away. Go away.
She wants you.
I'm here, darling.
They didn't hear her?
My brave little girl. Here.
Brave little girl.
Oh, no, I'm all right.
What? How old is she? Is she older than I think she is? What on earth? Take this whiskey, because you nearly got asphyxiated.
Herb heard you beating on the door.
I was coming across the backyard, and I heard this gasping and beating on the door, and I figured there must be a human being in there.
I just don't understand it. First the stairs.
Are you figuring it out?
Mr. Graham isn't there? Well, this is the Hotel Stewart in Fresno, isn't it?
Fresno? Oh, we made it. We made it. Oh.
Now, Mr. Oakley, I thought champagne was only for battleships.
What? Champagne for battleships? What?
Oh, don't take that one. I don't know why I make tomato. They always soak through the bread when they've been standing. Try one of these. It's just whole wheat bread and cream cheese. It's the paprika makes it pink.
Oh my gosh, this lady is so over sharing. I don't know. Obtuse? Is that the word I'm looking for? I'll put it below if it's not. The ring.
The children will bless you too in all the years to come.
Thank you, sir.
So they decided to not show the picture to the witnesses because the other guy jumped into a propeller? I don't understand. If he did it, they would be able to identify him, right? Did they decide to not show the picture to the people? To the witnesses? After all? Just seems weird.
Just a minute. I want you to know I think you were right to make me leave.
Get in the ring. You gonna throw her off the train? What the heck? She gonna knock him out? Yep. Ay. Okay. You gonna tell him about the ring?
I did know more. I couldn't tell you.
I know.
Alright. So you're an accomplice. I mean... Okay then. Ay. It's the end. The players. Hey, credits at the end? Interesting. This is from the 40s. Usually the credits are all up front. That's the movie? Let's talk about this thing! What do I want to say about this? It was interesting. They had a lot of dynamics going on that were interesting. They were well built. I guess it's kind of weird because it's such a different time that this movie takes place in that it's hard for me to imagine how life was back then, a lot of the ways the people are acting didn't feel modern, obviously, because it's not modern. There's like a 70-year gap plus, like, between the sensibilities of what I'm used to today and how people were back then. And so it's really hard to get into the mindset of why these people would act the way they do and make the decisions they would. Like, if you have an uncle that you think definitely committed a crime and who's tried to kill you twice, maybe go to the police. Right? That just seems like an obvious thing to me. If you have evidence, don't wear it around and flaunt it, just like in front of him, saying, I know, you know, and I can prove it, you better leave. Just go to the freaking police. You have people that are trying to find him. Of course, that was weird too. Like, they got his picture, they were going to show it to witnesses to get a positive identification, but then didn't when the other person they were pursuing fled guiltily and then died in pursuit. It's like, oh, well, he ran, therefore he must have done it, and he died. Well, I guess that's solved. We're not even going to bother showing the photograph to the witnesses. Because presumably, if they were to have shown the photograph to the witnesses, they would be able to identify him. And then, like they said, then it'd be one way or another figured out from the photograph. So they didn't show the picture, which does not make sense to me. It does not make sense, and then it's just all dropped. But he clearly did it because of the way he's acting and doing these things. She wouldn't go and say, hey, he really actually did it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. That's what I mean, like, about the sensibilities. In this day and age, I absolutely don't buy it. Back then, I don't have the context to know if I would buy it. So, can I fault it for that? I don't know. What they were trying to do was interesting, and I appreciate the story they were trying to tell, and it seemed well crafted. The acting was good, just those things that I mentioned just seemed off to me. But yeah, it was an enjoyable watch. I will say that. Alfred Hitchcock did a good job of building suspense. Everything did seem to end abruptly though, like they were struggling on the train. He was gonna throw her off the train, and then he fell instead. And I guess that ends that pretty much. Yeah, it's tough. And she's still not gonna tell the police what he did? If he murdered multiple people, maybe he doesn't deserve to have a good legacy of philanthropy that the town was giving him. Yeah, but yeah, I guess those are my thoughts. What did you think? Is this one of your favorite movies? Is it mediocre? Is it terrible? Did you also find the motivations to be odd and strange in this day and age? Or did it feel really natural that the people, like, acted as you would expect? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. T did not appear in the movie, so I guess I was wrong. A little surprised. It got close a couple of times, but just not quite. Maybe next time. If you want to see my full reaction to this movie with everything, and not just the fancy cut that you just watched, check out the Patreon in the link in the description below. At the time of this recording, I have no patrons, but that could change. I am trying to grow this channel, so I really would appreciate any support anyone is willing to give. And if you don't want to give money, that's totally fine. Just sharing the video and subscribing and clicking the bell icon is absolutely more than enough to really help the channel. It really does help, and I would really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, consider doing those things. I'll be posting every Monday and Thursday. That's my current schedule that I'll be aiming to hit. And yeah, I guess that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.